The chair now recognizes Ms. Carol Stivers, president of the John P. Parker Historical Society. The chair also welcomes her and notes her contributions to our country, including her son, who serves as a colleague with us in this body. You're recognized, Ms. Stivers.
Opportunity to testify on behalf of the Parker House Study Act that was presented by Brad Winstrup and also co-sponsored by Joyce Beatty of Ohio. So it was both a Republican and Democratic sponsorship. I'm Carol Stivers from the John P. Parker Historical Society in Ripley, Ohio. We're in Brown County, located on the Ohio River, and we're excited to introduce John P. Parker to everyone, tell you about the house and also John P. Parker Historical Society. John P. Parker was an amazing man, born a slave, and he became a model American citizen. Each month, hundreds of visitors come to Ripley to visit the Parker House and other Underground Railroad sites in Ripley, making heritage tourism one of the biggest economic impacts in Ripley's economy, as tourists buy lunch, gas, and shop in our shops. We want heritage tourism to increase. John P. Parker's story is inspiring. The P stands for Percival. He always signed his name using the P, so we try to use it often. John Parker was self-educated, bought his own freedom, became an Underground Railroad conductor and an extractor as he spent time going into Kentucky, bringing out those that wanted to escape. He was an iron molder, and he was a key recruiter of African Americans for the 27th Ohio Volunteer Infantry during the Civil War. Parker was a businessman and inventor, and he held 3 patents before 1900. He was a hero to many. We want the whole country and the world to know about John P. Parker. Because the National Park Service is the foremost organization to promote American heroes, we feel that John P. Parker is a perfect fit. We are seeking a resource study by the National Park Service as a next step to becoming a unit of the National Park Service. We already cooperate and work with the National Park Service in several ways. The John P. Parker House was recognized as a National Historic Landmark in 1997. You have to excuse my voice. I've been having trouble with my voice. The John P. Parker House and Museum Reconnaissance Survey was completed in 2018 by the National Park Service on site at the Parker House. The Parker House, through the years, has had several grants from the National Park Service, and our summer history program uses materials from the National Park Service in the Junior Ranger booklets that they put out. We keep in contact with the National Park Service office in Omaha. Most of what we know about John Parker comes from his autobiography, which I brought a copy of it today. Actually, it's been translated in several languages around the world. But he gave interviews in the 1800s about his life. And so if you would read the written testimony that I sent, there's more details about John Parker and the Parker House. The John P. Parker Historical Society Incorporated bought a tumbled-down Parker House in 1995. We spent 8 years working before we were able to open to the public in 2002. We are now debt-free with a nice cushion to help us along. The house is in sound condition, needing no major repairs. We have nice displays, which we try to improve each year. We have a 9-member volunteer board who work tirelessly to make sure visitors have an inspiring experience when they visit the Parker House. We feel that both the Parker House and the National Park Service would benefit if we could become a site of the National Park Service. I hope that you will consider passing this bill of 6977, and I'll be willing to answer any questions that anybody has. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Stivers, and we could hear you well. Thank you for your testimony.